Let's make a blockout mesh. So I have this sphere. I'm gonna go ahead and just start building this out. I'm literally just going to use this sphere and duplicate this and just go and only have the sphere for this blockout. So we have the head. Let's say this is the neck. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this again. Let's go ahead and make this body. You know, literally, like, you can do so much with just a sphere. So I'm just kind of squishing it and stretching it here. I'm gonna duplicate it again. Let's go ahead and just make this torso area. I can make this kind of a more squishy character, or more of a fun squished character, I guess, more stylized and everything. So like, maybe have it here, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a duplication here. Bring it over on this side. So this is going to be my hip, right? This is the hip joint and everything. So if you want to have like a character that has any kind of movement, which I assume most people would want to have that, there's a hip and there's a shoulder, right? So these are just the main points that I'm going at. Now, when you're doing your blockout, you can decide whether you want to do a T pose or an A pose, right? And so say if I'm going to go for an A pose, let's go ahead and just extend this, bam, bring it down, and then bam. And that's already kind of your arm right there. So it's really not a whole lot more we need to do here. So I'm going to leave it that way. Duplicate this again, and there's your forearm. You can make that forearm larger and then kind of squat, or you can, if you want to have a bigger arm or make it look like this larger, you can kind of have it like that and scale it down. And then I'm going to duplicate this one more time, bring it down, and then that can be on my hand here. For a lot of game characters, especially stylized game characters, the hand actually is quite large, you know, for the character, just so that the hand stands out more and stuff. That's usually just the way it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this thigh here. And bam, and I'm just gonna have that, and then here's the knee cap, or the knee area, and the shin. So yeah, you can decide whether you want to have this be like the T pose or A pose. And A pose basically just be, say if I had built it out like this, and I could just do like this and just have it go down, and that is pretty typical too, but it is easier for riggers if you do it the T pose way, so in this method. All right, so from here, we're gonna go ahead and just do a duplication of this, bring it here, go down like this, and then make this maybe a little bit smaller or a little more squat. There we go, something like that. And then maybe just a little bit wider. There we are. And now we have basically the block out of a character. So the last thing we need to do here is just go ahead and mirror it and just make that so he's not just like missing an arm and a leg. So let's give this guy a little bit of love and do a mirror and weld, and there we go. There's our full block out, literally only using spheres. And here, just to give him a little extra love, let me just do a afro for him. Bam, got a little afro for this guy. Oh man, he's styling now.